everybody, BD from Beans and Notes. Today is April 7th, 2026. And hopefully I get this thing up online the same day. I'm still trying to figure out my computer. Today we're doing the Squier Squad. How I started with Squiers. And my take. Those who've been watching my videos know that I am definitely pro-American, 100%. But since I had a coffee shop, and I'm gonna do karaoke night and things like that, I'm thinking, well, I don't want to put out my good guitars, quote unquote, for anybody to play. So the first Squier that caught my eye was the 2023 Mocha Telecaster. It's a blemish guitar. In fact, I could never find a blemish on these. There's a blemish on here somewhere. It's on the back somewhere, I think it is. That's what I'm saying. I got it because of the color, because it looks like coffee, and it was called coffee until I put in the tone riders in the pickups. The humbucker I replaced with a hot P90 and a hot classic down here. Weight is what got me to 7.5 pounds. Now it's called Espresso. It's not a bad guitar. I'm gonna have to do something with this though. The neck, the neck pickup. I got the sponges to put in there. I'm gonna try that, see if I can get it so it don't fluctuate so much. But I had to get a new pickup pick guard for it because it was cut out for a humbucker. But I paid for the guitar. These new were going for like $260. I got it for $230 because it was blemish. I got a gig bag that's over there. The pickups were like $100. Okay, then the pick card was another $40 because I got it off for I can't think of the name of the place. Warth pick. It's out west. It is. So this guitar cost me about $350. Okay, it's a nice. I love this guitar. It's got the vintage tuners, skunk stripe. Actually, I use this. Thanks, Ted, if you're watching, because I'll tell you why in a minute. Hold on. It's cold here today. It's like 40 degrees out. I guess winter didn't want to leave. So now, with that being said, I got that one. I'm always looking online. I got that from. I actually got all three of my Squiers off of Reverb. I got 6 guitars I bought online, and all because the place that I had here stopped selling stuff where you can walk in and touch and feel it. And they just everything about what they've done, I don't care for personally. Why? I'm a baby boomer, and to me you take care of your customers, and at this point I am a customer. I'm also a business owner. Okay, so with that being said, I went online to look for stuff. That's because I wanted a G&L. So the next one I got was the Squier Affinity 2023. This is my first off the chart color, if you want to say. Most of my colors are neutral. I got it because of that. See that little nick there? I got it for $200. I got Tone Rider Hot Classics in it. They were $98. $300 for this guitar. This one, when I got it, was rough. It was 14 degrees outside when I got it. This is a great beginner guitar, I would say. It's got the same vintage tuners. I would prefer a maple neck to me, but I got used to this. I got rosewood. I like rosewood, but the ferro, whatever you call this stuff, just not me. But I got used to it. This is a great guitar. Weight is even better yet. 6.3 pounds. I don't want anything over 8 pounds. To me personally, if you're going to get a beginner guitar for somebody, this is it. I'm going to be real with you. I have a Tees guitar. I love Taurus and everything, but the thing's 10 pounds. Too heavy. It sits in the closet. Alright? I'm telling you what I feel. I love Taurusing, but you got to understand Squier's been around for a while. The FM, I think the coffee was made in China. This one's blueberry. I'm telling you, this is a great guitar. Now my last one. I wanted a red Squier because my tellies were beating the Squiers in the league. So I've just been looking. That's all. Because I really want to wait until I get my business up and running so I could buy it off my business. So I have a tax write-off. Don't get pissed at me. This is business, okay? Beans and notes. Okay? So it is a way of doing business. You could do the same thing. Welcome to America. I got this one. The Squier Classic 550. 7.3 pounds. I was looking for red guitars, and the prices are insane. What people want. I love G&L. In fact, I found a G&L that I wanted to get that had MFDs in it. It was 10 pounds. This boy ain't doing that. That's like a Gibson. Okay. I bought this. The price was right, and the weight was even better. Because my question always is, how much does the guitar weigh? Most people privately can't tell you. They'll say, well, it weighs like a Strat. It's less than my Gibson. What does that mean? That's saying, well, there's the way to Connecticut. Hello? This came on my thing. They call this red. I would say it's more of an orange. I was going to replace the pickups with tone riders again. Why do I pick tone riders? The price. I'm not paying $200 for a guitar. And don't get me wrong, I love American stuff. Seymour Duncans are expensive. I'll be straight up. Anything in California is going to cost you money because you got a communist governor. Be political, see what you want. Okay? To get your prices down, get out of communist California. Alright, so now, back to this. That might upset you, but it's the reality of life. I'm not going to change these pickups. These things are sharp. They're very hot. They sound great. Actually, this stays in tune after the whammy bar. The only problem I had was the back of the neck. And I think Ted, if you're watching, thanks, bro. But using this emery cloth, wetting it down and going back and forth, I did that. Might go a little bit more. So, actually going to do my Mexican one too. $300 for this guitar. Don't have to do anything to it. So basically my guitars cost $300 each, which ain't bad. Would I pay $500 for this thing? No. I won't. That's me. Okay. In 2015, when I bought my Mexican Strat, it was less than $500. My Mexican Strat, I can tell you, is definitely better made than this. Okay? Listen, even though this is a 9.5 inch radius, I like the idea that it's a little thinner. But there is a difference in the necks between the Americans and the Asian guitars. This one just kind of showed up. $300. Why wouldn't I buy it? So if you're going to buy a guitar, for starting out, this is me. So I'll be honest with you, I was really surprised on the Squiers, because I checked them out numerous times and your hands get stuck on the back. So I didn't bother. What got me was the customers. That's why I bought the T's too. Torson's guitar. It's just too heavy. 10 pounds is way too much. At this stage of life, I don't want anything over 8 pounds. I don't want anything over 7.5. I don't have to. This is really a great guitar. If you're willing to wait and ride it out, you can get some good prices. Prices have suddenly went up, but I also believe that God blessed me. And here's why I'll say that. A lot of times I'm rebuking Satan and it's God. Why do you say that? Well, I went into the local store where I bought my American Strat, I actually got my Mexican telly that I got over there, and a few other things. I bought, let's say, 5 guitars from this place in the last 10 years and 2 amps. But after a while, they blow you off. I'm like, what's up with that? It's called customer, because first of all, it's their employees. They're not the person there that owns the place. And they don't care. That's how I see it. Now they closed the place down. They had 3 places. They closed the place. The closed place is 45 minutes. Now, I used to buy strings from them. I like 9s. 9s, 42, because I like the bend. That's why I like the maple necks. I still like the foot. But, let me get going and pay attention here. I called them, because when I used to go to the store across the river, which was close to me, you buy 2 packs, you get 1 free, which was cool. You get 3 packs of strings for like $15. So I called and said, look, because I'm not going to drive 45 minutes just for a thing of strings. How about, do I still get 2 and get 1 free? She didn't know what to say to me, huh? Isn't that amazing? Come back and said, no, you have to come to the store. Oh, no, I'm not doing that, I said. So I went on Sweetwater. Bought the strings there. I bought a bag. I bought this strap. Here's God and how he works. I rebuke you, Satan, I'm thinking. This guitar, I do the cavities, all the guitars, I put copper taping in them. It does help a lot. The ones that are probably the ones that still may not, it works not as better or as strong, if you want to say. It's probably my MFD pickups and my GNL. I think it's because it's the way they're round. But I noticed that it was made in April 2025. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. And I said, wow. And guess where it came from? Sweetwater. I said, look at God. Now, I bought another used, it's over there. I used, oh my God. I bought a bag. Let me get the bag. I want to talk about bags, too. This is me now. Okay? Because I figured most guitars don't come with bags. Can you imagine that? My American Strat came with a case. So, with that being said, I said I'll buy a bag and I'll buy a strap because I don't want to change things around. Now, I was buying Fender bags. I like this Ford Fender. That's why I like GNL better. I'm rabbit trailing for a lot of reasons. GNL is the best made guitar ever. And I think what happened with Leo Fender was they didn't put the guitars in the right hands of people back in the 80s, like Jeff Beck, Stevie Ray Vaughan, people that had influence. It's a better quality guitar than Fender is. These Squiers are awesome. Okay, so I was buying these. Okay, the Fender bag. It was like 25 bucks. That's cool. Right, from Sweetwater. Well, they were up to $37. What are you, insane? I ain't spending $37 for that thing. I got this one for 25, the Gator. What a difference. This is so much better made. I didn't come on here for this. So, with that being said, listen, I'm going to talk to the Fender CEO. Listen, dude. People are getting tired of your crap. Seriously. Guitars are not something you have to eat. If people started really realizing, and don't get me wrong, I'm always looking. Like I need any more guitars. I got 10. We can take back the place of business. What does that mean? I don't need stainless steel frets on my guitar. Why? I don't gig professionally. Can't you tell the way I play? They're harder to take care of. I got a roasted maple neck on my Jet. It's okay. Is it great? Be honest with you, I like this neck better. I'm gonna have to do some more work on this, I think, because I didn't take this apart all the way yet. I rather have the regular metal neck, the regular metal frets. I was in maintenance most of my life. These fancy things cost you one way or the other. Okay? I don't need locking tuners. I'm not gigging. These are cool. I like these better. The vintage ones. We gotten into the world where people are lazy. I like my neck skinny. Like my girls, my women. If you're a woman, you're overweight. Sorry, I don't mean that in that wrong context. Okay. I don't like 12-inch radius fretboard. Some of them, Vola guitars, I'm going off now. I love to get one. 12 inches radius is the smallest. They go up to 16. I don't want a 2x4. I love these necks personally. Okay? For me. That's just me. Okay? I don't need a 12-inch radius. Because you're worried about shredding. Listen, I'm going to leave with this. As far as I'm concerned, Jeff Beck was the greatest of all time. I never got into him until I started playing guitar. He never shredded. But man, he could take that whammy bar and those tone controls in his fingers and make that guitar do things that people can't do. Okay? So with that being said, if you're out looking for a guitar, because of what's out there, I got so many things out there today. I would go Squier. They've been around. Okay? Me with T's, I could tell you Torson's good. Okay? I don't like the weight in their guitars. And they're just... The one I got the Telecaster one. It's so much interference and stuff with it. I didn't take it apart and put copper taping in it. It just sits in the closet. I'm going to use that for my coffee shop too. Maybe I will one time do that. That's the only thing that's stopped. Plus the 12-inch radius. I don't want 12-inch radius. I don't like them. Personally, I can't stand them. I like a 9.5. I want simplicity. Because if it's simple, that means you can fix it. So, with all that being said, I hope you got something out of this. Let me know your experience with your guitars and what you think. If you like it, share, do whatever you got to do. But know this, that you were created for this time for something special. And to get there, sometimes you have to go through a lot of crap and junk because it builds character, faith into what you have. I look back at my life. I'm a baby boomer going into almost close to 70. God, I can't believe I'm saying that. And I realized everything I've been through was for now. It's all about preparation. And it get hard. But also, the one who created you will bring you to the people and the things you need to be. But do it with integrity. How do you want to be treated? Is how you want to treat back. I'm a New York boy. I'm not from the city, though. So I do have a way about me. Okay, I came a long way, trust me. Ted, again, if you're watching this, man, thank you for this. In fact, you know what? I might do my Mexican one. With that being said, know that you are created for now for something special. Peace out. Rock on. Didn't turn off.